Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we are jumping back into our game with Ermor. It's turn 41, and we had a very costly battle last episode with Scaleria. We basically just destroyed each other's stuff. I technically won and came out on top, but really we both lost. I would say he lost a bit more than I did, but oftentimes in Dominions, you both losing, but somebody losing a bit more than you isn't good enough. So anyway, but we are going back on the offensive. We're hoping Scaleria is not patrolling his capital. Now we come in with the remnants of a much stronger army. Okay, we make pretty quick work of that PD. Do we lose any sacreds? Nope. We also continue our PvE experience. Here we're sending in Winter, aka Itimu. Now, unfortunately, Winter has been cursed, so he's more likely to take afflictions, which is a bit of a zinger. Got hit twice, got an affliction here. Battle Fright, which we don't really care about. Got hit again. If I did this again, I probably would avoid sending him in. And it's good for him to get some experience, but Curse is kind of a son of a bitch, especially when you don't have recuperation. So there's a Timu. We have a battle here. I think we got attacked by Indies. Turn to go. Get some knights. Fortunately, we have a couple of Knights of the Sepulchre here for us, so they will do a lot of the work in chopping through them. Also, these Knights, once they get harassed down, they're not very scary because their shields don't work, and a lot of Knights' effectiveness is that shield, so. Some of our ghouls decide they've taken too many losses and run. But anyway, we lost some ghouls, but we got the province back. I forget where this was. Old Giant Woods. Oh, this was a fort. Oh, wait. I forget. Yeah, Indies were sieging us on this fort. For a second, I was thinking it was a Nazca fort that we needed to finish breaking through, but no. Pangaea rides out. I think this is just a scout. Yeah, it's just a scout saying, hey, what's up? And we're like, hey, your fort's cracked, but we're not storming. Fuck that monolith. And I think we're attacking Scaleria here. Just look how sexy these horsies. Oh, wait, they're not even blessed. I forgot. I was going to show you them with the bless on. The bad omens have come true. Crops have failed. Unrest plus 10. Excellent. Air gems plus 5. I'll take that. A satyr has been caught. That actually means we're getting attacked this turn. This is the Mines of Fortune. We've been attacked here before. This is where we just got attacked by barbs like last episode. Get attacked by villains again. Something is up with this province. We're getting attacked here pretty darn regularly. Now, it is Misfortune 3. Which, come to think of it, did we get a Misfortune? I want to see. Oh no, it's Pan's Misfortune 3. For some reason I thought Pan was Misfortune 2, but no, Pan went he went deep in the paint. And yeah, he's Misfortune 3. God. Oh, he's just lucky I have all of his land, so he doesn't have to deal with his misfortune scales. Okay, we're continuing to site search everywhere. I'm not really showing you that, but we're doing a pretty decent job site searching. Some of this stuff we haven't site searched yet, but we're working our way through. I mean, like if you compare, we're a big empire, so if you compare that, we've site searched. Like if you add up all our numbers of site searching, we've probably done more than anybody else. It's just spread out over a large number of provinces. So there's that. Okay, I'm trying to think anything else. We're moving Winter in to deal with these villains. I'm sure he'll make quick work of them. And yeah, he got that one affliction, but not a big deal. Doesn't care about morale. Infrastructure-wise, you can see this line has now finished. We've got a nice little line of forts here extending from the throne. Our dominion has finally crept in the throne. One thing you can do, you can hit, this is useful, I've done it so many times playing Ermor, you hit 2, number 2, and it gets rid of all of the armies and the arrows. You want to remember it so you can turn it back on, but it's useful for seeing where you built temples and where you haven't. And so far, this isn't templed, this isn't templed, this isn't templed, this isn't templed. We have templed this, though. These are all templed, but this is not. And we're not building a fort here, but I think we're going to start shortly. But I also want to fort over here. I felt, after having some of these wins against Scaleria, I finally felt confident enough, and because it's not the winter for a while, to go ahead and put up a palisade here. And we're doing some ghoul reanimation too, but I'd like to get these forted. So priorities are getting these 2 forted and then getting this forted. And then I need to get some temples up. The problem with putting temples up is, while I want to get them up, it's going to dramatically increase my dom pressure going into the Pangean lanes. Like if I templed this whole line, this whole next line would get my Dominion in it much faster. And I'd rather collect the money. Like, I've got plenty of free spawn. I'm not really worried about like a little bit more free spawn. I mean, more is better, but I'd rather have the money. So anyway, there's that. So you can see we're taking pretty active measures to slow our Dominion spread down. But I mean, it is a gigantic machine now with all of these temples and forts built. Like we've got probably way more Dominion pressure than anybody else. Like if we look at our Dominion score graph, okay, it went down from, it's probably an event or something, but it's been just a steady march up. A lot of people, what happens is, you play, you plateau, you win your first war. That's going to open up, like, get rid of the Dominion pressure from an enemy on one of your fronts, and it's going to start trickling up again. It's not super common you have just the straight upward march that we have here. Okay, so let's take a look at what happened. We just killed the PD here. We raided here. There is a rather big group of guys over here, 400, and then over here 200. I'm a little worried. I don't think I'm strong enough to, like, if he brought 400, 200, and then I think he has like 600 inside, maybe more. I don't think I'm strong enough to basically take his cap yet. So what I'm doing is shifting up here, and we should have enough to one turn pop this. If he doesn't ride out, then I'll feel more confident taking this fort. Also, Jotunheim has cracked this fort. Good for him. And we're moving to just lock this fort down. Just to shut down Skelly production. So anyway, that is the play. We could camp out here, but I just don't feel very confident in this army. And we know he's got mages and can do communions and stuff. So anyway, we'll see how this all works. But the plan is be a little bit evasive until we have more reinforcements arrive, because the reinforcements are coming. We've got an army here with 30 lictors that are moving into the throne. We've got an army here with 10 lictors and about 15 more, 16, 17 more sacred cav. And then, okay, we don't have another shipment. I guess next turn we'll have another shipment of lictors coming out. Where are these guys going? Oh, they're coming over here to pick up more lictors. So we've got a little brief hiatus in the flow of lictors south. But in other news, we've got taxes. Taxes is on the way to Pangea, and we are going to foul vapors them next turn. Well, we're going to issue the orders to do it next turn. Coming over on this front, we can see that Ind is starting to look a lot more like Nabaa. This is taken. I think the main army is headed for Ind. I don't really have a scout. We're pulling him back. I don't know. I probably should be moving this guy over here. There's no real interesting thing keeping that scout there. But I think Nabaa is moving over on Ind's capital right now. And soon I'm going to tell Ind that I want to vulture a little bit, so I'm going to end our nap. Because, I mean, he's dead. But I think I am going to do it too late. I think the only thing I may be able to vulture is just this one fort. So Anyway, that is that. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn. Keep the game going. Turn 42. Turn 42. More archbishops. You can see we're still going to a turn. I mean, it's amazing. It is amazing the amount of archbishops we have, guys. Look at all this. Look at all of this. That is a lot of archbishops. That is a lot of lictors a turn. That's a lot of lictors. So anyway, we raided Scaleria a bit. Scaleria not busting out. He didn't even try to check me on top of his cap. But what he did do, we just moved an army on top of this. We moved an army on top of this. What we did do is we discovered where all his long dead are. And apparently, I guess he was going on the offensive or something, because there were only 500 here last turn. Now there's 1,100. And there's 1,100 here. So apparently he's bringing everybody back for an epic cap defense, which is not really great news, but we're going to go ahead and storm this castle and assume, my assumption is because he hasn't broken out of his cap, he's not going to have the mages to bring to this fight. So if he only brought these guys, it would just be long dead and cultists, and I do feel comfortable fighting that. But I do not feel comfortable necessarily fighting with this army with against like a full Scalarian mage corps. So yeah, we've got these guys coming down here, and I think that is about it for the Scalaria front. I mean, we're moving in. This is one of the big reinforcement squads, 30 plus lictors. Here we're moving in more dudes. But right now, like, especially if I'm able to semi keep this fort under siege, feeling okay and like not in a super hurry, we can see up here, Jotunheim, like a boss, has taken, he's taken this fort from Scalaria. Now, it's about this time I hear from Jotunheim that the squids are looking very suspicious on his northern border. So anyway, he's probably, I think this is, I don't think I know this quite at the time, but he's about out of the Scalaria war. So, and I think Satis at this time is about to have Ashdod angrily looking over his border, or hungrily is I think a better word, hungrily looking over their border at them. So I'm about to be in a 1v1 against Scalaria, which honestly at this time I think I can manage. Before I don't think I could have, but we'll see. I mean, these guys have not only done damage and killed a bunch of undead, but they've also been a distraction and kept him from consolidating, and if he consolidated just on one province, I don't think I could have won. We got a lab. Where was this lab? Over here. Nice. And a meteorite fell. Normally a meteorite falling is not a good thing, but in this case, because we have no population, it's an excellent thing. It gives us a huge crater, which is +1 astral, +1 earth. And we got a little bit of population. I think they moved. You guys moved to the wrong province. We are rezoning this to no humans allowed. Okay. Rezoning to graveyard. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and go to turn. Is there anything to talk about for movement? Oh yeah, Argon's here. We're going to storm. Let's talk about it. So one of the ways we're not storming with everybody, because what I don't want to have happen is I don't want my chaff, and I'm including these guys as chaff. These guys can't hurt the monolith. I don't want chaff to get anywhere near the monolith, because the only chance I'm going to have of killing the monolith is going to be if it's completely surrounded by lictors, because lictors with 29 damage battle axes, they will do chip damage to the monolith. And with the monolith completely surrounded by lictors, it'll be enough chip damage to kill it. So anyway, one thing you can do is you move all the units away, and then you click on the guys who are storming, and you hit Y to just show the people remaining in the province. Now later I'll come back and have these guys, wait, and then if I hit Y, you would see them also in here. So anyway, there's just a way to, a little quick tip to, if you want to get the tactics screen with only the units you're going to have storming. So basically what we've got my priests who are going to be doing some unholy power, because I don't have a holy 3 here. I mean, I don't have a holy 4 to do Power of the Sepulchre. So we're going to be spamming Unholy Power, presumably on a bunch of liches. Then they're going to be running, and they're going to be running about the same time Foul Vapors hits. So hopefully most of these guys make it off the field before they die from Foul Vapors. And Taxes is going to be doing personal regen Barkskin. We don't want her to die. Then she's already got a shit ton of poison resistance, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to be dropping Foul Vapors and then Moss Body. Ballin is going to be doing hold, cast spell, so hopefully just stand still. We've got a contingent of knights who are going to be on guard commander. And yeah, I think that's about it. And then we've got about 100 lictors, which are going to be running to the back. And hopefully these will surround the monolith and kill it. Meanwhile, Foul Vapors will wipe out the pesky mage support in the back shooting things at me. And if the regen is enough to sustain them through the Blood Vengeance, it's very possible the regen won't be enough to sustain them through the Blood Vengeance and the Foul Vapors. So we will see how this plays out, but that will be in next turn. So let's go ahead and hop to it. Turn 43. Turn 43, we found a magic site, a mineral cave, so +1 earth, very nice. Pangea breaking out, so he's doing a sneak attack order. These guys were inside his cap, but he's now breaking out. So it's a good turn for them to not be inside the cap, because if they're inside the cap, we're attacking the cap this turn. And it's also a nice thing about having stealthy armies is you can get out of your fort, like you don't get completely trapped inside a fort. And it's looking like we might kill another one we do. Oh, we completely killed him. I thought we lost that fight. But I guess not. We killed them. He attacks us here. Where we just have a bunch of ghouls. Now, ghouls do fatigue damage when they hit. But it's not very much. I honestly don't know how it works. It never seems to actually... I guess some of these guys are getting fatigued. Okay, they are getting fatigued out. So I'm guessing we kill them because we fatigued them out. The ghouls get banished and they have morale. Okay, we got really close to killing them. And we did fatigue them out. Oh. So anyway, they win this one. We lose a couple. We lose some ghouls, which is always sad. We do move on top of this fort from End. I guess I didn't cover this in movement last turn, but I had let End know that we were going to need a vulture. But this is after they were basically again dead. And we talked to them in Discord, and they said, yeah, we're probably dead. So anyway, there we go. This looks like it was set up to potentially kill Naba thugs. Springhawks are pretty good anti-thug dudes. And yeah, Scaleria goes on the offensive now. He breaks siege with 100 long dead, which honestly is something I could have killed. He attacks here. I think this was the little province near his cap that didn't have a fort on it. And then he attacks here. So he's got a bunch of squads of 100. Meanwhile, okay, and we also took this province from him, but he didn't have any PD, so he doesn't know what I have on top. And we attack over here. Always put at least one PD in your provinces. And there's nothing inside, so we take that. And then we have our fateful battle. This is what you tuned in for. The Battle of Pangea, Part 2. On this side, we have the Chad Monolith with a Pan and a Dryad. And the Monolith has a bunch of nature gems. Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have any nature gems. I wonder what he's going to cast. I can't remember. And then we have the Inca with the Mirror Armor, which is going to give him +3 MR. Puts him up at a... And he's a prophet, too. So, Holy 4 Banishing. And he's blessed. And he gets bonus MR from being in Friendly Dominion. So... yeah, he's going to be banishing like a mofo. Swarm coming out. I think that's from the Pan, largely. And the priests are piecing out as Foul Vapors comes up. And then our dudes run in. What if my priest died? Yeah, one of the priests died. He got hit by a Foul Vapors tick just as he was walking out. And the way that works is if you get any poison damage, it will all trigger at once as you leave. So getting off the battlefield, like, he got it just as he walked off. But that was enough because it just caused the rest to trigger. The Meniads are coming up and meeting an untimely end. I'm not sure what the Monolith is casting Panic. Which I still have pretty solid morale on my guys, so I'm not really that worried about it yet. 15, that's a little low. The Inca over here does not seem to be terribly poison affected yet. Oh no, he's got a poison tick or two on him. The Pan and Dryad, I think they're also affected with poison. The Pan has a bit of resistance, but only 5. 5 is not enough to protect you from Foul Vapors. And the Pan doesn't have regeneration, so he's in a bit of trouble. Panic's still going out. 16, 15, 14, so the morale is starting to kind of erode on my dudes. But so is the supply of chaff in front of Pangea. And we can see a lot of hit. You know, this guy just ran off the battlefield and he's dead now. If you retreat in a fort battle, you're dead. And the Monolith casting Dust to Dust, which is going to vaporize Lictors. And as we move in, the AI is going to stop casting Dust to Dust, and it's going to start doing Tune of Fear, which is going to continue the morale attacks. And we're now down to like a pretty motley, like 13 morale. And this guy is zapping us still. I mean, he's a boss over here, just zapping us with this banishment. Does not give a fuck about Blood Vengeance. Just doing these huge, powerful banishments. And you can see some of my lictors like, fuck this, we're out of here. But we had 2 squads, so one squad ran, the other squad is hanging tight. The Monolith getting beaten up here. It got Never Healing Wound, which is a really good affliction for me to get on him. And we're doing damage. I forget what he started combat at, but it, you know, like, this is enough damage per round to kill it. This banishment just causing so much damage. But fortunately, I have a Soulless that gets in combat with this guy. And he's got barely any HP left. And 2 Soulless come in, they melee him to death. And those Soulless were from Raised Dead, from my god back here casting him. But with that, the Lictors peace out. And, yeah, this guy... We did a lot of damage. His max... we got him over halfway down. And I think without the Inca here, we would have killed him. And now the Inca's dead. All the mages are dead. The only thing left of Pangea is that one raiding squad he has, and his Monolith. But what a Monolith it is, because with the Hellbless, it's just got these crazy paths. Look at this. Doing Drain Life to heal back up. So there we are. We lost 20 Lictors and 15 Knights. Everybody who retreated probably made it. Or almost everybody. We lost some because I think he raided... If you have every surrounding province, you don't lose things in the retreat, but I think there's one province we don't control. A priest died retreating, but okay. And unfortunately for us, and I don't know how this happened, but Balin, the Arch-Censor, has died. I actually kind of want to see how that happens. I wonder if he ran in with the spell script, because spell's supposed to even keep melee commanders there. Or did he not have... He has poison resistance. I actually have no idea how he died. He's moved forward a little bit. Now he decides to charge in. Okay. So maybe he was the guy getting zapped with drain life and stuff here at the end. That's unfortunate. That's -1 lictor per turn. But I mean, honestly, it's just like having an archbishop die from the lictor effect. And now Ballin is running, but just as he runs, he gets freaking murked by a drain life. Feels bad, man. Would have loved to have kept Ballin around, but such is the way of things. Nothing is forever, except this damn monolith. Oh man. Okay. So, events. We got some air gems. We got some minus gold. Excellent. Some earth gems. Death 2 everywhere as the silver sarcophagus opens. Oh, I forget. I think... Was that over here? I think I might have moved... Oh, no. I forgot where the... Oh, the silver sarcophagus is a Scalaria event, I think. So anyway, here was the last of the kind of pan-raiding squad. So we're going to send a little squad out to clear this province out. We're going to, fortunately I have enough guys in all my provinces, we can kind of regroup and get the lictors back in here. And I think the plan is just to send in the lictors, and now without the Inca, we should hopefully kill the monolith. Or that is the plan. On the Scalaria front, he is broken out of his capital. He has 2,000 dudes here and 2,000 dudes here. I don't know what the hell happened this past turn, because last turn he had 1,400 dudes here and 1,400 dudes here. And both of these stacks, I'm assuming this stack moved here, doubled. Like, what the fuck? How does that even happen? Apparently I've only been seeing a small portion of the Scalarian might. And now this is something that demands respect. 4,000 skeletons is a lot. There's a whole lot. And so while we are stronger, we are not like 4 times stronger, which is what it looks like Scalaria is. So anyway, we're going to move on top of his capital. And we're going to roll the dice, because even though it's nasty, they're not going anywhere. And this is only something that's going to get worse. And then we're going to be moving a squad in here to take this back. My expectation is he sends a goon squad over here to knock me off this fort, maybe like 500. I don't think he's going to patrol his camp with everything, because, like, especially your mages, he's going to want to be researching and stuff. Probably not going to want to patrol the cap. But anyway, we're going to send in everything. We'll one turn pop the fort, and then he's going to have to respond. Now, what would be clever is if I also tried to lock in one of these forts, or maybe even both of them. Because if I'm able to do that, then he might not be able to respond on the turn that I pop his cap. That would have been cool. Scripting pretty basic here. Same thing. Hold an attack, lictors in front, knights on flanks, power of the sepulcher, unholy blessing, protection of the sepulcher. No magic yet. Turn 43, we barely discovered magic. I don't have rigor mortis. Rigor mortis is what I would like to bring, but I don't have it. What I've decided instead, I could have had rigor mortis very soon if I did not decide to run up construction. But every turn I wait, like, construction is going to triple my research because I have these fire mages and a shit ton of fire gems. So, yeah. I am making skull mentors now. I should have moved the hammer from this guy into this guy, because this guy's using a hammer for quills and I care more about death gems. But anyway, I'm making skull mentors. We're going to be making a few because I need to get a bit faster in research. It's going to take me too long to get construction 6 at 120 per turn. So yeah, that's basically it. You can see this line is finished now. This line, I don't know if we're working on it yet. No. We should have, yeah, Palisade coming up here, Palisade coming up here. So we're finishing all the residual kind of forts that we needed to finish in the core part of our empire. Over here, this one province that we had taken from Nazca has yet to get our dominion in it, and that means this squad of priests is going to convert the population into an unseemly number of ghouls. It's going to be very nice for us. And yeah, that's basically it for the turn. We'll do one more for this episode. 44. And we're getting kind of caught up to where I am in the game. I've kind of been on a little bit of a recording spree. I'm on turn 49. So for me, it's all starting to look more... Or I'm on turn 50. It's all starting to look more familiar. We found a magic site, Earthblood Seepage, so that's 2 Earth Gems. And so our Earth income, pretty respectable now. Okay, we raid this back from Pangea. You can see everything. You hide it in view with the tree. And then coming down, we have a battle in this, which I think maybe second to last fort of Nazca. We've got the Sea Elves coming in with all of their lances and fancy pantses. You know, I kind of wonder about it. I think I could set up Grand Lemur to Thug. The lance charges would be a little tough, but like skeletal body's pretty good here. Astral Shield, they have pretty good Ermor though. It would be kind of interesting. What's their bless? What's the significant part? Attack, defense. I don't attack and 2 strength. I wonder if I could do that. I'll have to go on my to-do list to test that out. So Nazca, he's got a bunch of these Hurin priests. Now, if you're really min-maxing this, and I don't think he's really, I think he's out of the game, so he's not really paying attention. You want to have them do Earth Power, and all of them can do it, because they're all going to have at least 1 Earth Path. So with an Earth Gem, they can do summon Earth Power, and then they can do Horde of Skeletons. It helps a lot. You know, if they did that, they might have been able to keep the gate full. Maybe not. But once they get through the gate, bad news for Nazca. And then the Mines of Fortune, for the 3rd time in like 6 turns, we get attacked by Indies. This time it's a huge band of centaurs and satyrs. So that's excellent. This might have actually been from the satyrs have been caught hanging around a camp. I thought that was really... I mean, it made sense that it's related to satyrs, but that turn I got attacked by barbs, so I thought it was kind of maybe that, but I guess not. Anyway, we'll come back and try to clear it. I don't think I had anybody... Oh, I think this scout was waiting to build a fort. I don't think he had actually started. But I do have a fort coming up here. And I think I was about to build a fort here, but I hadn't done it yet. Anyway, we're moving in some sacreds to deal with these guys. And... yeah, Scaleria he moved his guys out, but did not put any PD. He's kind of... It's always a sign when you don't put PD in provinces. Make sure you put PD, guys. I think if you don't use F1 a lot, it's hard to remember, because like you have to click on every province. But if you do F1, it's really easy to see where you forgot PD. So like, have to use F1, really. It's the real lesson. But now we're on top of Scaleria's fort. We've popped it, and there's 5,000 undead sitting here that are probably going to come try to knock me off. And I think I want to fight him before he gets Witherbones, and maybe he doesn't have anti-magic yet. We haven't seen him cast it. So ideally we fight him before that. So if he's 1 turn away, better to take the fight now. We don't have anything coming in that's going to be significantly stronger than what we have in the next 5 turns. So let's roll the dice, right? Let's roll the dice. And anyway, so we've got that looming. I think I've got a fair amount of goons. Some of these guys come south, and we're gonna, in case he tries to knock me off this fort, bring in some reinforcements. Could have been a mistake to split this army. Like maybe all these guys should have come north, But I don't know how much a bunch more undead chaff are going to help. More sacreds would help. Sir Guifre, we're going to put him towards the front. And hopefully he can at least dilute the banishment. I think I put him on sparse line. So these guys get intermixed with the front line and dilute banishment. We can see Jotunheim again, chilling out. And at this time, he's definitely informed me he's got squid problems. Which, squid problems are the worst problems. So anyway, I think that is about it for that part. We are storming the castle again. Basically the same setup. I've got 80 lictors now instead of 100. We're going to be doing... No point in foul vaporing because there's nothing here for us to foul vapor. But we are going to be trying to do enlarge on some of the lictors, which will let them hit a bit harder. And hopefully get through that armor. And we've got this guy coming in just to do protection because he's kind of dying anyway from a disease. So might as well go down swinging. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.